welcome to Tea with Phoebe D. There are a lot of good reasons to feel like we're a victim. Sometimes we are a victim. And I want to be clear that it's vital and important to recognize and validate that. That's the first step to healing. When we are actually victims of malevolence, we really need to own and feel that before moving on to empowerment. But staying there indefinitely keeps us stuck in a powerless place. And sometimes we actually choose that. We choose to stay in victim mode. Why would we do that? Why choose to stay in a powerless headspace? Well, there are a lot of reasons. But one of them is because if we're powerless, we can believe in our ability to be something else without actually having to change or try. Change and growth can be pretty scary because it's moving into the unknown. And so that's one reason. Another reason might be that it allows us to feel self-righteous, which is a powerful feeling, one that I've chosen many times. Although it's not a true power because it's based on our judgment and our own lens, obviously. Being a victim also allows us to stay where we are. It's the devil we know versus the one we don't. Sometimes we create or see ourselves as the victims when we're not as well. And I think this is an easy way for us to fulfill the aforementioned reasons. Who doesn't want to stay small, not risk being seen, and feel self-righteous, and not take responsibility for themselves? Sounds pretty good to me, right? In this meditation, I'll guide you through meeting and speaking with your inner victim in order for you to understand it better. Please know that if this meditation gets too overwhelming, at any time, that you are in charge and that you can simply open your eyes and come back to the room and give yourself some love and some grounding, like wrap yourself in a blanket, drink a hot drink, eat some chocolate, notice the room around you. Any of those things will help quite a bit. And also, if you are currently going through some pretty intense trauma, I would recommend that if you do want to explore this a little bit, that you do so in like a personal session with me or some other person who is able to hold you through that. So this meditation is more for, if you've kind of been dealing with your trauma, but you just feel stuck in victimhood, or if you find yourself, like me, being a victim of yourself all the time, where you kind of disempower yourself around things in your life. It's more for things like that and not so much for intense trauma, because nobody's there to support you and hold you through it. So I just wanted to make that a little bit of a disclaimer. So with that being said, find a comfortable place to sit or lay down, and let's get started. Welcome to your meditation. I'd like to invite you to begin by allowing your body to really sink into the bed or the floor, feeling your legs becoming heavy and rooting you down. Now bringing your attention inwards to yourself. Notice the whole of who you are and really come home to yourself. Greet yourself the way you would greet an old friend. Feel now for your courage and your desire to understand your victim place. It can be a challenge, but it's a part of who you are. Know that you walk into this meditation with your courage and desire at your side to support you. I'd like to invite you now to take time for the first step and acknowledge that life is often hard and unfair, and we might feel like a victim or be a victim for a legitimate reason. We don't have control over a lot of things, and fairy tales are just fairy tales. So really allow yourself now to grieve and be sad or disappointed that life can be tough. It's important to validate those feelings and validate that reality. I'll give you a minute to really feel this in your body. While you're doing this, I would like to encourage you to just stay present and stay conscious of the feeling of your body on the floor or bed. And now feeling for how you feel when you feel like a victim, if you can call that up. If it's hard to find, think about the last time you felt like a victim or what you feel a victim of, and then just hold on to the feeling that you feel in your body. And just notice, what exactly does this victim part of you feel like? Where in your body do you feel it? Your hands, your chest, your legs? And how big is it? How much of your body does it cover? And what properties does it have? Is it heavy or light? Constricting, swirling, solid? Just breathe into that for a few breaths, noticing what feeling like a victim actually feels like in your body. Now I'd like to invite you to really exaggerate it. Let it take over your body. You can change your body posture if you need to and hunch over or curl up or punch a pillow. However this part of you feels like moving. And notice the whole time how it feels to be a victim or to feel like a victim.
Staying with this exaggeration, get curious about what kinds of beliefs are associated with this. What do you want to do from this place, and how does it affect your life? I'm going to give you a minute or so to do this. Now I'd like to invite you to ask this victim part, why do you want to be this way? And it might feel odd, but ask the question to this part of you and allow the answer to just bubble up from within you. And now asking this part, what are you afraid of? And hearing what it has to say. And now ask this part of you, what are you afraid would happen if you were powerful? And now finally asking this victim part, what would you need in order to be empowered? Love, safety, boundaries? What would it need in order to be empowered? And now I'd like to invite you to scan your body-mind for a part of you that can offer this. Whatever the victim said it would need in order to be empowered. And remember past moments where you have given this to yourself and really feel into it. Notice how it feels and where you feel it in your body. And now allow this part to speak to your victim with compassion. And again, this might feel odd to you, but just go with it and see what happens. What would it want to say? What does it want to say to your victim? And how does your victim feel about it? Just allow these two parts to speak to each other and have a conversation. If you need more time here, you can just pause this. And when you're ready, you can thank both of these parts for showing up and saying what they need to say. Take a few deep breaths now and feel your body-mind as a whole integrated. You are all of your parts, your courage and your fear, your anger and your love, your personality, your past and present, your emotions, your choices. You are wonderfully human, powerfully human. Thank yourself for showing up today, for choosing to invest your time in understanding yourself more deeply so you can operate in the world in a more authentic and empowered way. And when you feel ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes, knowing that you go forward, having a clearer understanding of how to relate to yourself. This practice is now complete.
Welcome back. I hope that the meditation was interesting and informative for you. I hope that you can use the information to access your life differently or interact with your life differently. I would love to hear what your victim looked like or sounded like, so if you want to let me know in the comments below. People's inner parts are so fascinating to me, and they can show up in the craziest of ways, so I'd really love to hear about that. And if you liked this video, check out my other guided meditations. I have Finding Your Inner Badass and How to Reparent Yourself, things like that. If you like this one, you'll probably really like the other ones as well, and they'll probably work for you, so check those out. If you want more information on me or my coaching, you can find me at phoebed.com. That's PHOEBED.com. And I hope you have, as always, a wonderfully messy human week.